Attakalik and his grandsons, Albert, Gary, and Macy, are getting ready for a short trip to Mount Herodier, which is just outside the community. 1 strap, 2 strap, 3 strap, 4. The boys murmur, counting to 10. "Biere CVC?" asked Attakalik. Exclaimed the boys. "Naresibulyo pa," says Attakalik, looking at Albert. "Ananang atakay," replied Albert. The boys hold the rest of the dogs down, 3 on each side. As soon as the leader of the pack is released from the chain, the dogs bark with excitement. Attakalik prepares a line of dogs for the set and places the lead group up front. The group of boys grab the dog tightly, holding them down. "Whoa, whoa," they softly scold. Gary's hand takes a second lead of 3 dogs. Albert's hand takes 3 more dogs, and Macy takes the last 3 dogs. Scratch. Shk. Grr. All goes quiet for a while, and Attakalik looks at the boys. "Udlang na to si ikakjono." The boys nod. The brakes lift, and whoosh, the team takes off swiftly to Mount Herodier in the bright 24-hour sun. The sky is clear, the sun shines down on their faces. Their eyes are focused on the sled and the crisp snow all around them, covering the ocean ice. For an hour or so, the boys lope around the sled while Attakalik rides on it, controlling the dogs. What-eh, what-eh, what-eh. The sound of the whip slices into their ears. Whoopsh. The boys catch up to Attakalik, and without speaking, they hop around the sled, tired and panting. After 45 minutes, the boys are lulled, almost to sleep, by the motion of the sled and the sound of the Qujannamiik rushing over the ice. The dogs are distracted, and the boys are asleep. Attakalik cracks the whip to get the attention of both the dogs and the boys. Whoops! The boys are startled awake when Attakalik cracks the whip. Whoops! The crack snaps across the faces, and a red mark appears on their cheeks. The whip caught Albert in the corner of his eye. Attakalik yells with rage. "Ah! What-eh! What-eh!" The boys stood up, shocked to see the dogs wrestling into each other violently as Attakalik yells again. "Qimit aviktoksiw!" The boys ran quickly toward them and grabbed their collars and nearly bitten one off their fingers. Grrr! Roof! 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 Whoopsh! It was violent. As soon as they settled down, Attakalik says, "Atigo, kayo silakta." This time the boys stayed up and about, back on their feet toward Mount Herodier. The boys marched peacefully, Attakalik laying on his tummy gleefully, watching the boys hopping over the rope, around the Qujannamiik, and although they tripped a few times, they looked at each other and laughed. "What-eh! Whoopsh!" They ran and ran until they made it around the mountain. The boys made the long run. They sat at the shore, staring at the houseless hills, breathing heavily in open, clean air. Attakalik takes the dog to the side and unloads a small amount of supplies. Although the boys listen carefully to Attakalik, they doze off into the hills, resting their mind, their emotions, and soul.